right, here we are. I am super excited. How's it going, brother Dan?
It's going great, Roger. Can't complain at all.
It's always good to see your shining face. And for anybody who doesn't know who's on right now, this is the famous, right, known as America's accountant, always on the media, giving his expertise. And Dan Geltrude, America's top accountant. So welcome, brother, to the SprintSet show over here. And more importantly, brother, it's I'd love for people to hear through your view on throughout this entire time, this pandemic time, this coronavirus time. And I know that prior to you doing SprintSet, you've done many programs and some have worked, but it's always been a yo-yo type of effect. And remember you and I sitting down face to face having a conversation, and of course you would throw out the hard questions, and I was there to give the right responses apparently, or we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. So Dan, please share a little bit of your heart right now.
Sure. So let me start at the beginning. This process started this past May of 2020. So we were in the heart of the lockdown, the middle of the pandemic. And like so many people, I was eating for comfort, eating for a lot of reasons. And none of those reasons were eating because I had to. I was eating because I wanted to. And that for so many of us can be problematic. So my weight has a tendency to go up and down. And, from March when the pandemic started, so then into April and then into May, I saw that I was getting heavier and heavier, and it was becoming uncomfortable physically and uncomfortable mentally. So I was really searching. And all of a sudden, Roger, you pop into my life. It's certainly not random, but it happened for a reason. And I remember you and I speaking about it initially and me saying to you, hey, is this going to work? I remember asking you that question. And your answer was, if you want it to. And I wanted it to. So the first thing I would say to anybody who's going to get involved in SprintSet is, are you committed to an outcome? Because if you are, then the tools are here. And, for me, I was looking at losing, between 30 and 40 pounds. Somewhere in that range would make me really happy. And anything over 30 really would have had me thrilled. So that's what my mindset was. And basically I said to you, this is where I want to be. Can you get me there? And again, you said, if you want to go there, yes. And I did. So the commitment was there. The intention was there. And the outcome was very clear to me. So as long as I had the tools, as long as I had the playbook, I knew I could get there.
That's right. And you did. I mean, how many pounds did you lose?
So I'm not good with math without a calculator. So I started at 212, but at that I was probably down a little bit from there. But officially I started at 212 and I finished at 180. So I guess that's 32 pounds.
32 pounds. I think that sounds right about right. I mean, I could pull it up and just find out really quick right here. Let me see here. Fast. Let's see where you ended up. So I am looking here. Yeah, you lost 32.5 pounds. So 30. Yeah, you lost 32 and a half pounds. I mean, that's incredible, right? 32 and a half pounds. And you hit the goal that we were looking to achieve. That's exactly what happened. And throughout the entire process, we also had your son doing the system.
Yes.
And can you talk a little bit into that? Because I know he had some great success as well. It's always great to have somebody else that you're doing it with, like a spouse or a child, who's, your son is what,
21.
21 years old, right? So you guys did it together as a family, and he did incredible as well, right? He lost, I don't know exactly how much, but
he lost close to 40.
So he lost close to 40 pounds, right?
Well, those youngins, it's easier for them.
This isn't a competition. Yeah, it was great. That's equivalent. That's equivalent, right? And you hit your goal, and that's what matters.
Right.
But when we take a look at your son, 21 years old, some people say a 21-year-old was able to stick to it, right? Yeah. Well, when we talk into that, please talk about a little bit about the conversations you guys were having and the relationship that whether it got stronger, throughout this process and so on.
Sure. So when we started, or I should say, when I started, I really wanted him to lose weight because I felt that he needed it, and I knew he needed it. But again, he didn't really have the tools or the guidance. And you're 21. He was an athlete. He was never in a situation where he had to lose weight. He had to get in cardio shape, but he never had to lose weight, and it's completely different, right? And even when you're an athlete and you have to lose weight, you have a coach, right? And that coach is saying, do this, do this, do this, and then you achieve an outcome. So I talked to him and said, I'm going to try this SprintSet program. Are you interested in doing it? I didn't want to force him because it wouldn't be effective. He had to want to do it. And he said, let me think about it. So I started, I actually started June 1st was my first day. And he started June 2nd. Literally the day I started, he came to me and he said, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to go tomorrow and start. So we were one day apart in the program. And what's interesting about it, Roger, is it really, it had it brought us closer. We were bonding because of it. Because like anything else, look, he was 21. He's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. And sometimes you're kind of running parallel lives, right? And what this did was it forced us to talk about what we were doing every day. Literally from morning until night, we talked about what we're eating, what we're going to eat, what the plan is, when we're going to fit in 30 minutes of some exercise. And then, of course, the weigh-in each morning, he and I would check in to say, okay, what progress did you make? And we weren't competing. We were both encouraging each other. There was a little bit of kidding back and forth about it, of course, but we were really, it was a team effort.
That's great.
And it was just great encouraging him. And I had coached him when he was, younger, and I was back in that role again. So it really felt great all the way around to do it with somebody. And we both had tremendous success. And similar to me, literally once we got to the end, I guess it's 72 days, is it?
Your 72nd day. So you went through the 71 completing it, and then it's for life. Yep.
So 70, so we get to day 72 and we're both more than 2 months out. Neither of us have gained a pound. And it's really amazing.
It is, because your physiology has shifted, right? Your whole hormones, your metabolism all came into a state of harmony right now, so to say, and your body's doing well. Plus you begin to understand what works good for my body and what doesn't, right? Which is the key. I mean, there's a lot of weight loss programs that can work, but they don't teach you on how to identify what are my preferred foods, what are my cautionary, what am I avoid, and then having it that your entire metabolism and physiology is reset so that you don't regain that weight back, right? And then you could say, hey, look, I'm going to apply this into my life today. Here, this is an avoid food, so to say, but I got this wedding, I got this party, I got this thing that's happening. Great, but you got a tool the next day of how to get right back on track, which is key.
Absolutely. Roger, I've always held that any diet across the board will work if you follow it. So if you commit to say you're going to go on this diet or that diet and you stick to it, it'll work. Okay, big deal. The real trick is in my thought process is how does it shift the way you think? And to the point you made before, as far as your relationship with food, and what I would say related to SprintSet, what it did, one, it worked great. But two, it forced me and my son to both be very, very mindful of everything that we were taking into our bodies and how our body reacted to it. Literally weighing in every day, journaling, what did we eat yesterday? How did our body react? Did we lose? Did we stay the same? Did we gain a little bit? And by doing that over a 71-day period, and then continuing to test our bodies post 71 days, you're always in that mindset of what am I eating? How is it impacting me? And then how does it make me feel?
Yeah.
Because when you do, for me, if I'm up half a pound, which is really no big deal, immediately I'm like, what did I have yesterday? Did I go to the bathroom? Did I have enough water? I literally go through everything to say, could it be this or that? I make that slight tweak. The next day, I'm down a pound. So then I know I've isolated it. So, on days where to your point, there's something special, you're going out to dinner, it's a wedding, it's whatever, and you actually make a conscious decision to say, I am going to do this. I know what the outcome is going to be of that.
Yep.
And then I know what I'm going to do after that to take me back to where I want to be.
That's right.
And that's all in your head.
That's right. Having a plan, right? Having a plan. And, and throughout this entire time, it was also, we were gauging, how was your mood, right? How was your energy throughout this process? So you begin to see, okay, what affects my energy? What affects my mood? What's affecting my sleep? What's creating brain fog? What's creating inflammation in my body? What doesn't make me feel like I want to even get off the couch? What's making me want to dip in and go grab a bag of potato chips or the wrong stuff, or go grab, ice cream like crazy. I mean, just that mindset of what triggers me to get there, right? Mm-hmm. What occurred that maybe I'm using food as a crutch as well, and I tend to go that. Now you're like, whoa, look what just happened. This event happened. It triggered me. It made me want to do this. Now I'm aware of this. I know exactly how to, how to slay this, so to say, right? Which is
sure. And Roger, let me mention this too. Initially, you do go through, to me, the hardest part was just the first few days, because it's almost like you're going through a withdrawal. Like you're still having a craving, like for me, a craving for fast food, McDonald's, things like that. But then it's amazing how your mind and your body adjust kind of once you get over that. I've had none of those cravings. I mean, now I eat what I eat. Like for me, a point in my day, because I've shifted, is saying, at 3 o'clock today, I'm really looking forward to that apple. Just like I used to look forward to junk food.
Look at that.
It's
awesome.
A shift.
Right? Yeah. Or it's like, hey, look, I'm having, so people go, oh, what do you guys eat? Are you only eating apples? No, right? So you get to eat real food. You like steak, you get to eat steak. You like chicken, you get to eat chicken. You like seafood, you get to eat seafood, right? You like, you like to have, good fats, you get to have that throughout the process. And you're starting to add things back in. So when you're the person who says, oh, I like pasta, or I like rice, or I like beans, or, whatever, things that may not typically agree with the individual, when you start to add that back in, you start to see, how does my body do with that? Or if I have ice cream, does my body do bad with this dairy that's coming from the ice cream? Do I do better with a vegan type of ice cream? Do I do better with just like an ice or a sherbet or something like that? Like what works better for me? Because you're testing. Once you begin to identify you, it's a home run for a lifetime. Then you have a winning solution, and that's the key. We don't make it rigid. We want to clean out the body, balance out those hormones, get them back into a state of harmony, so to say, clean out, get your body into what we call autophagy, where those cells are being cleaned out, and give you a winning blueprint for you. And I think you've identified that for yourself, Dan. Your son has for himself. It's really helped relationship wise. And do you think that anybody out there can do this, Dan?
I really do. I look, Roger, I was obsessed with food. Literally from when I opened up my eyes in the morning, the first thought I was having is, what am I going to eat today? And it wasn't a matter of what am I going to eat that's good for me, that my body will react positively. It was all about what am I craving today? Am I craving pizza? Am I craving pasta, bread, bagels, donuts, whatever that was for that day, that's what I would be craving. So for me to be able to break that craving and still enjoy food and look forward to food, it's just looking forward to the foods that are good for me and make me feel good afterwards. I may enjoy eating a donut, for example, and how long does that last?
Especially this time of year, right? The apple cider donuts right now, right? It's just, do I have 20 of them or do I have, one, right? There's a difference, right? So it's making choices, right?
Anybody can do it. It's a matter of, are they going to commit to wanting to feel good?
Yeah.
Do you think you deserve to feel good? If the answer is if the answer to that is yes, then there's no way you can't be successful. There's no way.
That's right. And look, right now, throughout this pandemic, everybody's concerned about their immune system, right? So health is on the forefront. And you keep hearing about obesity is a culprit, right? It's one of the core morbidities, right? People being overweight, so on. Mindset, high BMIs, right? High body fat, high visceral fat, the dangerous fat in the body, those type of things. I mean, do you, who's listening right now, even know what your metabolic age is? Do you know what your visceral fat rating is? Do you know what a combination of that with high BMI could actually do to your health? What's that do to your immunity? Well, I got to tell you that SprintSet is that system that's going to help support your immune system to get stronger. One of the key things when you came in, right, was, hey, I want to be healthier. I want to look even better than I do, because you got a handsome face, right? But I want to look even better than I do on camera, right? You said that to me. You said, look, I want to even look better than I do on camera, right? That's important. And people who are on TV a lot, of course, they care about that, right? Your skin starts to glow more. You said that I feel better. Well, if you feel better, you're going to be portraying that on TV because your energy is going to be better. Your focus is going to be better. Am I correct on that?
You're 100% right. And for me, what used to bother me, for example, would be in getting dressed. So I don't wear a suit, generally speaking, to work, but I will put on a suit whether I was going into the studio in New York or now broadcasting from my office. So literally getting dressed and putting on my shirt, my jacket, my pants, tying my tie, and everything feeling tight made me feel bad. And now I'm battling that energy because I'm trying to convey an energy to the audience. I want to be upbeat, happy, and feel or convey positivity. That's really hard to do when you're saying, this shirt is tight on my neck, my waistline is tight. You're having to fight twice as hard.
That's right.
For no reason.
That's right. And you look awesome, by the way. I got to tell you that. Like you're looking really good. I'm so proud of you. I really am.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, right now, and we're going to be launching this in January of 2021, and it's called our SprintSet Flex Plan. And I'm actually giving it a go right now. So I just started it yesterday. So watch out in 2 weeks, man. This guy's going to be leaner over here too. This guy just put it out in public. Everybody knows they got to watch out for me in just a few weeks what I look like. All right. It's already out on display. So I'm excited about that as well. And it's going to be a home run here. So listen, I know that you have a lot going on. I know you got to be on your next thing coming up, and family time is extremely important as well to you. So I just really want to thank you so much for sharing your heart here. It's incredible to get to know you and the human being that you are. Many people look at you as just this big time celebrity, but I get to know you as an individual, and you're just such a bright light to so many that are out there, and you're a loving human being, and you got a great family man. And I so appreciate that of you, Dan. So thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you, Roger. And I owe you a debt of gratitude, not just for myself, but for my son. In many ways, you have saved our lives on so many levels. And I know it takes commitment from the person who's doing it, but you're the one out there showing the path, showing the way, and offering the encouragement to say, you can do this. There's no reason why you cannot do this. And so I'm grateful to you and your team, because everybody was fantastic across the board. So thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that. And just to finish off here, just so everybody knows, you get a personal coach that monitors you every single day that you report to. So if you fall off track, we just nudge you back on, right? And we do it with an uplifting manner. We don't break you down. We don't say, hey, you're cheating. What are you doing? Oh, that was a choice that you made. We're going to nudge you right back on track. And that's why it works. And it works every single time. So again, Dan, thank you so much. Anybody who wants to learn more about SprintSet, all you have to do is call 1-844-Dr. Roger. That's 1-844-Dr. Roger, and we will take great care of you. God bless. Thank you again, Dan.
Thank you, Roger.